All right, welcome back, traders. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful weekend. All right, it's a nice holiday weekend here for everybody. Kind of get caught up here with the markets. Unfortunately, guys, so we don't have good news. We did kind of point out last week that we got this hanging man candle on the weekly, right? And we are seeing some follow through price action here to the downside here on Bitcoin. Unfortunately. Just kind of going with what's just being presented in front of us, you know. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, right? We're looking at this next level down here on 36,280. That would be the bottom of this range here. And obviously, if we do get a attempted rally up, we're looking at close to like that $42,000 area. That would be the top of this range right now. So bottom of the range, top of the range. It's kind of what we're just looking at these ranges right now. Okay, guys and girls. So that's the ranges here on Bitcoin for now. And you guys can see we are just still holding up in this consolidation range for now. I really do believe we're probably going to come back down to test this 30,800 level. $31,800 level if we take out these lows. You guys all know the equities markets are not doing too hot right now, and Bitcoin obviously does follow the equities markets about 80 to 85% correlation. I would say the Nasdaq has lots of correlation to Bitcoin right now, or Bitcoin correlates a lot to the traditional markets as well. And we're gonna look at ETH real quick, and then we're gonna look at Tether and Bitcoin dominance. So ETH kind of doing the same as Bitcoin as we would expect. Obviously, the same doji candle reversal here. Kind of come down to the bottom of this range here around 2,500. We even got a wick all the way down to about 2,175 for ETH. So we could expect that on the downside price action. We also could expect to see maybe a test of this area here if Bitcoin really does come down a lot. Around this $2,000 area here for ETH, that's definitely a possibility. Okay, as we progress here, the situation of the selling pressure that kind of is kind of presented to us here, and as we also can see from the TTM squeeze indicator here, we are producing more negative momentum, which is just signaling there's probably some more downside to be had. And if we go to like the 2-week chart. See, well, the 3-week, you can also see the momentum is sort of weaning off, right? So after we get positive momentum weaning off, we go into negative momentum here over the next couple of weeks. We're going to see probably some more downside here. And the monthly candle, if we get a closure like this, not so hot, right? That's a hanging man candle, also reversal candle to the downside. And yeah, the monthly also putting in. And then you can see on the monthly here the momentum also fading away, right? Fading off here on the monthly chart. So but no squeezes though, so that's good. We don't have any squeezes. We're not in a consolidation or anything. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I don't have any real good news to give you guys. We did get. What was that? Was that the week? Was that a 10-day chart or something? Okay, so we're confirming. Well, I guess this candle just opened here. We have 9 days left on it, but we were in like a 10-day consolidation here, and it looks like we've now triggered a 10-day squeeze to the short side. Right, this will confirm after we get a closure on this candle in 9 days and in 1 hour. If we do close this candle like this with a green TTM squeeze triggered, that means the preceding 10 days will probably see continued downside. Okay. That would be confirming a continued short move. All right. So I am just letting you guys know that the TTM squeeze is pretty good. It's a pretty good indication of what is to come here in the coming days. And if we do confirm this, we're looking at, like I said, at least another 10 days of downside. I'm not saying we don't get like bounces or like little short pumps or something in between there. That's normal. We're definitely going to get that. Those are like bear market rallies or bear market moves. We get those all the time for sure. So ultimately, line in the sand here for ETH is right around that $2,000 level. If we break that, we're looking to back test this, you know, $1,200, $1,300 area if we break these lows here, right? All going to depend on what Bitcoin does. And we just gave you guys the range on Bitcoin. We're going to look at Tether and what it's doing here on the weekly chart. And we did just get that closure, so we just did close a weekly bullish engulfing candle from last week on Tether. So Tether looking unfortunately bullish, right? And we are in a monthly squeeze here on Tether, right? So if this continues to move up, we're gonna get a monthly trigger. We didn't get a trigger just yet, but if we do, that could signal multi-months of downside for crypto, right? If Tether dominance triggers long here on the TTM, which it hasn't done that yet. But you can see the weekly chart here. We triggered long here the week of January 22nd, and we're still pulsing. We're still putting in positive momentum here, right? We're still getting positive momentum here on Tether. So we're looking at more moves to the upside here for Tether dominance, unfortunately. All right, that's what I'm seeing here on the charts tonight. All right, we're gonna go look at the Fear and Greed Index and the Nupal chart. Fear and Greed, obviously, we're in fear still. All right, extreme fear levels actually right now. And then the Nupal chart is just in this optimism anxiety phase. I do suspect that this eventually goes into hope and fear, and then maybe capitulation in the next next couple weeks, months. We're gonna probably see that. All right, and that could present a nice a long-term buying opportunity for everybody. So what I'm personally doing right now, guys, is sitting in mostly cash and waiting for these long-term buying opportunities for crypto. That's not financial advice. That is just what I'm doing. If you want to follow along with what I'm doing, man, just you guys know what to do, right? Smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and join the Discord, right? That's where all the fun stuff is happening. I want to also give you guys a little insight as to what the different products here at STP, what we're doing here. Obviously, you guys know about the SAR and what we're doing with that. We are going to be updating the SAR with some updates here shortly to give you guys some better trend analysis, right? So we're going to actually be able to shift all of your guys' bots in line with the trend automatically eventually. That is what we're doing here on the next iteration of SAR, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. If you guys are subscribed to the SAR indicator, you will be able to get those updates obviously for free if you're already a subscriber, right? All right, so that's SAR. Rapid Fire. Rapid Fire is also another amazing indicator, right? We got a nice short signal right here that came in, and you guys can see we're still short, right? No long signals. We do have some bullish divergence coming in here on the 4-hour, but that could just surmount to maybe a lower high or, you know, some little move back up to test resistance, right? How's it going, Angel? How's it going, Crypto Pants? Arash, what's going on, man? Bones, Crypto Greg, how is everybody? So that's the rapid fire indicator. You guys can see rapid fire is really great for little scalp trades here, these re-entries triggering, right? And then we also have the Alpha Edge indicator. If you guys don't know about this, this is another amazing indicator with about a 90% or so win rate. Pretty good. This short signal here, beautiful. This long signal here did catch a little bit of this move here, but obviously, we're in a downtrend, and sometimes these longs aren't going to be as good as the shorts right now, right? So definitely want to pay attention to the Alpha Edge indicator as well. All right. I know, maybe information overload for you guys. I will say that I am in a live short on Chainlink right now. I am in a short on Chainlink. Why? Because, well, it looks like a descending triangle to me, and we are breaking the floor here. We did just get a weekly candle confirmation of a breakdown, and you guys can see we did break this squeeze here last week. We started triggering, so we're gonna see probably continued movements down for Chainlink. And the monthly is also in a squeeze, and you can see this blue. This blue represents positive momentum being lost, and we're going to go into negative momentum, and we're probably going to get this move down, man. It's probably going to go down to like $7-8 like I have shown here, okay? Especially if Bitcoin continues its movement down, which we just discussed really looks that way. All right. So not a good look on the weekly candle close here. You know, obviously got another really strong candle to the downside, right? This candle here, we did say last week that was usually representative of a reversal to the downside. Okay. Now, like I said before, we're looking at bottom sides of the range, 36K down to about 33K, and maybe to test this candle body low if we really get some selling pressure to come in, 31.8 to test this low here from July, all right? And the top side of the range, well, we could look to test back up to about 42K is what I'm thinking. I don't think we're going to get a really big move up. I think we're just going to get short coverings down here, maybe near supports to, you know, maybe create like some sort of short squeeze back up if we do get that. Any questions, comments, concerns? You guys are awfully quiet tonight. I want everybody to share the stream link and get your best friends in here and share the knowledge that we're giving you guys here at STP. If you guys think it would benefit them, for sure. Lots of people aren't interested because the prices of the market are going down, but actually this is really the time to pay attention to what the markets are doing, because this is going to create your next biggest financial opportunity of your life, actually. Not financial advice. BTC dominance is looking pretty strong, right? I mean, descending triangle, right? We could maybe I don't know, man, maybe this thing breaks up though, right? Usually, if we go into bear markets, we see Bitcoin dominance break up. We don't have a squeeze or anything, though. Tough to do TA on dominance, but we're kind of just sitting up here, right along this resistance area. Am I fully out of the market? No, I keep my long-term Bitcoin and my long-term position on ETH. Because I've been accumulating ETH since 2017, 2018, so I have to keep some skin in the game, of course. Because I ultimately do think we're just going to end up seeing higher lows, right, for Bitcoin, you know, even if it comes down to like 24K or so. What do I think about ANT USDT? Yeah, we could take a look at it, man. Well, we did just trigger. It's tough. I mean, I don't know if that's going to trigger up or down here, but we did just trigger a weekly squeeze. We're going to see how the price action opens this week on this asset. Pay attention to it. If the prices start to go up, that's going to be a trigger to the long side, right? So pay attention this week on this asset. I would assume, and obviously, if Bitcoin's trending down and Bitcoin's going down and the market's going down, this is probably going to trigger short. However, it's kind of unclear because we're sitting, what, neutral on the RSI on the weekly? So we did just trigger a squeeze. Watch what the price action does this week, okay? It does look like it's, you know, like kind of in an upwards consolidation here, or, you know, a consolidation range. So yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe this one kind of holds the range, right? So just gonna have to see how this one plays out. Tough to really call up or down right now, right? Just It could be going up because we started creating positive momentum again on the histogram here. So if it looks like it triggered, let's go to like a 3-day chart and see what's happening here. So 3-day chart triggered short, 2-day also in a short, daily in a short, 4-hour triggered short. Yeah, so I mean, you're coming towards the bottom of the range here, right? You could see pay attention to what Bitcoin does this week, man. Really, if Bitcoin bounces this week, then this asset could potentially squeeze into a bounce, which would be good for your good on the squeeze indicator here. But we don't get confirmation on that weekly until this week closes. So typically after a trigger, we get a trigger on the squeeze. Okay, the price action is going to do whatever the price action does this week. If it's to the downside, then we're triggering short, right? Then next week is going to be big movements down for this asset. If it's to the upside, we could be getting a big move up the following week, the preceding week, right? All right, we'll take a look at, let's see, Mana. Yeah, let's take a look at it. So looking kind of bearish, right? You got a RSI sitting around 47. And we did just go into like a 3-day squeeze, but still making lower highs, right? Right, still making lower highs. I mean, overall on an uptrend, right? This asset's overall on a nice uptrend, so see, I know JP Morgan announced that they invested into some digital land on Decentraland here. But yeah, just follow the trend lines, follow the pattern, right? We could test up the top of the range again here. It's gonna depend on how Bitcoin really performs and does this week, right? So maybe we just kind of trade in this range for a while until we get resolution of the pattern. And usually if this is a wedge pattern, they break about 67% of the way through the pattern. So somewhere over here, or it could break down, right? Track origin trail, we can take a look at it. SLP, we'll look at that one for you crypto pants. So a downsloping channel here on SLP. I mean, got a nice rally here, right? Volume coming in here. I would say if you really want to trade this, you want to trade the break out of the channel, right? I mean, just consistently lower highs and lower lows for this asset, so I don't know. Can't really be bullish on it. But yeah, got a back test. Like I said, we'd get probably to that 236 fib extension. I think I pointed that out in the main chat. API 3 has been on a rip, man. Yeah, I'm not sure what they got going on. Probably some I would assume Web 3.0 stuff going on, right, to cause that pump. We did trigger a daily squeeze, right? You see the preceding price action to the upside. After that squeeze was initiated, we got major moves right here, right? So we triggered here. I guess the 4 hour would have been better to get in on, right? You would have got in here on the 4 hour. Right, that squeeze triggered back here. You would have got on the next preceding bar, and you would have been able to get a 63% move out of it. XRP, we'll take a look at it. All right, so it does look like a descending triangle. However, you are in an uptrend and holding this long-term trend line, right? From the bull flag we started here, the second, the third, the fourth touch along the trend line. Now the asset's still in an uptrend, right? As long as you stay in this channel and don't break this channel down, then all is well. Okay. Daily kind of losing its momentum here. You can see the blue on the histogram islands here. But yeah, you're sitting neutral to bullish here on the daily chart. XRP looking actually not so bad versus a lot of different other assets right now. But you would like to see you get above this this supply line, okay? All right, guys, that's XRP right now. Kind of sitting right near a fib extension, pretty close to it, the 83.5 cent area. Track origin trail. So what is that? TRAC. Okay, let's take a look at it. Not sure. Is this all the data on this asset? Yeah, I mean, probably. Okay. Yeah, it looks like you broke this channel up here on this asset. And you can see the monthly also losing steam here on the monthly chart, right? 50 still bullish technically on the RSI, but if you get a candle close outside this trend, this channel up, man, that's a sell. That's like a sell signal, right? So doesn't look too promising right now for this asset. All right, Matic. Step. So step triggered short over here, right? You would have got a nice move down on this asset. And this candle, not such a good candle. It's a rejection candle. You know, still putting in this negative momentum, but it's starting to wean off a bit. But let's go to like a 3-day or a daily and see what this thing's really doing here. Yeah, so the daily kind of triggered a long squeeze, but it hasn't really done too much, right? I mean, it doesn't really look that good, really. You got this trend line here to break out of. You can break the supply line and break above it and back test it as support. Man, maybe you get an opportunity at testing the top side of this range here, this asset. All right. We'll look at Matic. Hey, thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Can't spell beard without bear. Market. So Matic in a long-term channel up. I mean, yeah, it's still definitely in an uptrend. I just think it was probably broken here, or even here, right? Or even right there. We can get more of an idea from a line chart here. This looks about right. You broke this here, and it's probably a nice short, to be honest. Probably a nice short. Because, yeah, I mean, you could see you broke these trend lines here as well. It's not really a clear pattern, but maybe this looks about right. Matic probably going to go test these you know, 120 areas if we get continued movements down from Bitcoin and altcoins, right? Media, yeah, let's take a look at it, man. You know, maybe some sort of bat on this or something. I don't know, man. Maybe. Don't even know if we confirmed a bottom yet on this. Right? We don't know if we confirm this bottom unless we rally back above 51 bucks and hold it. You know, and hold it. So I don't think there's any actionable trade here necessarily. I mean, you could maybe go for a scalp trade or something down here. You can see a supply line. You're getting close to a supply line. And yeah, you are in a squeeze here on the daily. You did just trigger a squeeze on the 4-hour. All right, so watch a price action on this asset over the course of the next 4 hours. If the price action is just consolidating at this level and you see volume starting to come in, man, well, you know the next 4 hour could be a breakout, right? Could be a breakout on the next 4 hour candle. So that might initiate that. Pay attention to this asset. This could actually make a nice middle move. Okay, back up to you know, back up to this 36.7 area. And I see what you're doing here, man. This does look like maybe a wedge, right? Maybe a wedge. Yeah, just pay attention. You can see volume completely receded. You are in a downtrend, though, man. Remember that. You're in a downtrend in this asset. All right, XLM. Let's take a look at it. Hey, if you guys are enjoying the stream, of course, make sure you guys remember to smash up the like button. If you're new to the channel, man, you guys know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, tick the little bell. Right. Channel down, and you triggered a short squeeze right here, right? Still pulsing on the short side, man. I'm going to expect to see more downside here on XLM, unfortunately. Chart is saying down. We are not looking too hot. Yeah, this looks like, I mean, you're right out of support here. You don't want to take shorts off support, of course. But if you are looking to short this, I would look for the top of the range, you know, 20, near that 20-cent area, and wait for that lower high to come in to then take a trade down to the next fib level around 16.5. All right. Careful with holding altcoins in a bear market, guys. They're going to lose a lot of value. You're better off holding Bitcoin if you're going to hold anything. Right? All right, who's got, what else do you guys want to look at? You guys want to look at some traditional assets tonight? Traditional assets, sure, we can. Just throw out some stocks you guys want to look at. Give me a second here. Let's see. Ford. Hey, well, man, no problem, brother. Let's see. Yeah, we can take a look at Ford. Sure. Ford. We're gonna go to the monthly chart here. Oh man, that monthly. You guys know monthly dojis like this, man. Come on. White candles up here on the monthly. Got earnings coming up in April. It's far away, I guess. But yeah, I mean, you broke out. You're back testing the support right now. Let's take a look at the trend here. I mean, some could argue that this is now in an uptrend. This is what, 2008 financial crash? Yeah, I mean, that's close enough. Yeah, I mean, you could see that this put in maybe some sort of double bottom here. Right, so, you know, move to the neckline. It's a 300% move, man. Yeah, maybe long-term bullish on Ford, right? But S&P not looking too hot right now. NASDAQ not looking too hot right now. But yeah, Ford definitely did break out. But we could come back down to backtest this. Why not? We could definitely see a backtest of this break here on Ford. Right, you're way up here on the RSI. You definitely got room to come down. 66 on the RSI, and you're starting to put in these blue pulses here on the monthly, which signals momentum is weaning off. Weekly, yeah, not really too much of a change there on the weekly. The daily you triggered short, or I guess there really wasn't any real squeeze on the daily. We just created some negative momentum. I mean, it doesn't look actually too terrible, but you know, you're still in a downtrend right here, right now on the daily chart. I guess Friday maybe you broke this area here on the daily. Maybe. Possibly. You could maybe go up to gap fill and then come back down, right? So, yeah, pay attention to this area here, man. This area around 19 and a quarter, maybe on up to close to 20 bucks on Ford. Right, you could get a movement back up, potentially on Ford. So you broke out. You're gonna back test this channel now. Yeah, just pay attention to Ford. You get some nice consolidation here. You could go back up to test that, like I said, that $20 area. Seems about right. LCID. GameStop. We'll take a look at it. Lucid triggered a 3-day squeeze to the short side here on February 7th, and we got some movements down. Go to regular candles. So there's no regular candle squeeze short, but maybe the daily triggered short back here. It's just been lots of days of downside. This isn't a bear flag, right? You can see the bear flag. Right, you're coming down to the bottom of the range here. It doesn't look too promising, especially if everything else in the market dumps. So just remember that. What's the macro looking like right now? Macro's not looking too good. We could see 25 bucks pretty easily. That's this fib. And let's see. You come back down to test these supports all the time, right? The more times you test the support, the more likely it is to break it. You are looking at a potential 20% move down if you do break out of this flag to the downside, okay? Just be aware of that, right? Your movements are down right now, so you look like maybe you're flagging down. You know, we could see 20 bucks pretty fast if this does break, right? Look at GameStop. We'll look at FTM, sure. So GameStop obviously in an uptrend, right? In a flag pattern up here. But it can consolidate for some time, man. It can consolidate for some time in this flag before really doing anything. And we also triggered a short on the weekly to the downside back here in January. So we could see multiple weeks of downsides, what we're seeing here. We do see that the volume is kind of receding. We're getting a bit of receding on volume there. The daily not looking too hot. You know, 4 hour coming back down. Maybe just making lower highs and lower lows probably in this major consolidation on this flag, right? So we could just continue to do stuff like this where we, you know, try to break and just kind of consolidate for a while before really breaking out on GameStop. Okay. I think we're going to get more clarity with the market in March when we get more news from the Fed, right? Because right now there's a lot of uncertain things happening. Well, they're trying to probably price in a interest rate move up, which will cause continued movements to the downside in the market, right? But after we get clarity on that, then they'll price everything in and you know, hopefully take the markets back up. But yeah, GameStop can do this, right? The only reason why GameStop was really pumping was because of their involvement in crypto and NFTs, right? So that's what we got going on for GameStop right now. Let's look at Phantom. We'll look at the S&P. Phantom in an interesting setup here, maybe. Now, this isn't confirmed by any means, and let's see. We are in a weekly squeeze, so pay attention to that. If we do break these squeezes, you know, it looks like we're going to squeeze short, right? Because we just started building this negative momentum here. So just be aware. Just be aware for that, man. That's something that could happen. We could actually break this squeeze downside. Right, the macro right now is bearish for Bitcoin, so I don't see that changing anytime soon unless we get back above, you know, that $48,000 level for Bitcoin. But yeah, technically, Phantom's still in an uptrend, just kind of hanging on to these range lows here. Hasn't been able to make a new all-time high anytime soon, or hasn't in the last couple weeks, right? But yeah, pay attention to that weekly squeeze, man. If that thing triggers and you notice the price going down, and we get a confirmation this week of price going down, we could see further downside for Phantom. Okay. So far, holding up here, making still technically a higher low than this low here from July, or December rather. All right. And this pattern could be forming here. It could very well hold up. This asset is outperforming the market for sure, along with a few other assets. API 3 was one of them, outperforming the market this week. All right. We do have some earnings coming up this week. Let's look at some of that and see we got anything actionable on any of those types of trades. Now I don't typically take or trade earnings plays or calls, but because there is some risk with those going south, right? Because it's kind of a gamble to do an earnings play. So yeah, I was looking at we got Virgin Galactic coming up. We can look at Solana, man. I mean, what do you really want to? What do you guys really want to look at Solana? Let's look at it. All right, Solana. Here you go. The rising wedge. We got the breakdown. It's coming back now. It's coming back down now to test these lows. I mean, like what's there really to see here? Okay, are we gonna hold here? Maybe. We'll see. See if this holds. If Bitcoin holds, this is going to hold. If Bitcoin doesn't hold, then this doesn't hold. But yeah, right now you're at the support level. You could maybe take a trade. You could try to take a trade up to the top here, maybe the neckline up to about 106. If Bitcoin decides that it wants to make a push, yeah, Solana will push. If not, then we're going to just probably make a lower high and then go on back down. Because rising wedges, after they break down, typically go down to the bottoms of the wedge. Now, I'm not saying this is going to go all the way back down to $1, but I mean, why can't it go back down to $5? Why can't it go back down to $20? It's too big to fail, right? I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. You know, we got these fib extensions here. Like, these are the levels I'm looking at. 60, 24, $12, $5. Depends on what Bitcoin does, man. If Bitcoin really gets wrecked, yeah, this is gonna get wrecked. You know, like, just be aware about what's confirmed on some of these patterns. We're in a downslope consolidation here after completing a rising wedge pattern. I mean, yeah, just be aware. Are we gonna get a move up on this asset? We can. We can. As long as Bitcoin doesn't just start crumbling and dumping here. But I wouldn't like be aping into anything crazily right now. I'm just kind of sitting back, watching what this market's going to do and how the things are going to play out, right? Because ultimately the market is still led by Bitcoin. So that's kind of what I'm going to tell you guys. So yeah, we're at range lows right now. There could be an actionable trade here on support, all right? And that's all I got here on Solana. I mean, maybe you're making a double bottom. Potentially, you could, trade this up to 105, like I said, and maybe even if you do get a breakout, that'd be great, right? You're looking at 120 at the top of this double bottom range potentially, if that plays out, right? If that plays out. Agilent, yeah, we can take a look at it. Agilent Technologies. I feel like I've heard of this company before. Well, I mean, got a nice long-term, right, got this breakout here. This is like another long-term channel up with maybe a bit of a rising Yeah, gold's going to outperform Bitcoin right now. That's for sure. Not financial advice. All right. So yeah, Agilent. I mean, Agilent now showing some bullish divergence here on the daily. What are your thoughts on some guys on YouTube saying it could be crypto winter? I mean, have you not been paying attention to the stream at all? God, I mean, come on, man. Yeah, so Agilent in a nice down-sloping consolidation structure here. This, yeah, I wouldn't say that this thing double bottomed because, it technically made a lower low than this low here, so no double bottom. And, it did kind of reject the getting back above this support area for now. Yeah, I don't think there's any actionable trade on this right now. Yeah, not too much happening here, man. You might get a lower high move to like 140, hit the supply line, and then dump. All right, this might happen. Maybe eventually test a break out of it, and then maybe eventually get out. But this could take a while break out of a consolidation like that, you know, especially with the macro not being so not being so good. Yeah, and that could cause this movement up, right? That could cause this movement up. Let's see if there's any squeezes or anything on this asset. You know, we got some divergence happening here. No real squeezes on this asset. I mean, if anything, the monthly looks like it's losing momentum here. You can see losing momentum. You know, yeah, you're still bullish on the monthly chart, but you could come back down to test this, you know, 110 area. Why not? Especially if the macro and the markets continue on to the downside, right? We'll look at the Discord trend verification right now for the altcoins, and you guys can see, you know, we're short on almost every single time scale right now here on the altcoins, so that's why I'm kind of really bearish right now. ETH also short on all time scales. Bitcoin short on the hourly 4 hour. The daily technically is still long. However, I mean, we might lose this daily again and might create some more downside pressure, right? So something to pay attention to and watch out for. All right. Hope you guys are enjoying the content here at STP. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. Check out some of the products that we do have. We have some manual trading indicators as well, aside from the SAR script, the rapid fire, and the alpha edge indicator. If you guys are new to trading and want to learn the basics, I would suggest you start there. And join the Discord. You can always message myself, Mr.Node It All, and we can chat about how I set up my charts and why I look at the charts the way I do, and kind of just teach you guys how to trade, man. I mean, that's what the goal here is at STP, is to teach everybody how to trade eventually, and utilize the bots for automation, so you don't have to look at the charts as often and trade as often, right? We have any other requests or any other questions, comments, concerns? Hopefully everyone's having a nice long weekend here, right? All right, guys. See if we have anything moving right now. We have any assets that are moving? Radium. I don't know what this asset does. You know why Paxu is so much more expensive than gold itself right now? Because it's not as liquid, right? It's a digital version of gold. Oh man, Mirror Protocol got wrecked. I will say Solana did go down and do the rising wedge move that I had plotted a while ago. Right, definitely did this whole move. Alright, we got the move down. Okay, guys and girls, thank you guys so much for joining the show tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys join the Discord on your way out if you haven't found where that is. That is in the comment section below. Catch you guys in the next video. Make sure you guys stay tuned for those. Catch you guys next time, all right? Thank you guys so much for joining and spending your evening with me.